and stared at 1,000 full moons. Sometimes it feels like I've been here forever, and sometimes it all feels brand new. I could never count the heartbeats from the day I was born until now, but not a single one goes unnoticed by Him who breathes life in me somehow. But if there were no more tomorrows, if I knew that I could not stay, I know how I'd spend every minute if I only had today. I'd hold you and listen, and I'd let the dishes sit in the sink. I'd tell you I loved you over and over, and for once I'd just let the phone ring. Then I'd remind you of forever and how our love would never change. If I only had today. I'd wake up before the sun did, and I'd watch as you quietly sleep. I'd pray for time to move slowly, knowing the moment won't keep all the gifts that heaven has given. Every blessing that's come my way wouldn't mean anything without you. So if I only had today, I'd hold you and listen. I'd memorize every detail of your face. I'd tell you I loved you over and over. I wouldn't let excuses get in the way. Then I'd remind you of forever and how our love would never change. If I only had today. There's no time like the present. Life doesn't come with any guarantees. The sun will set and time won't wait. So while I have today, I'll hold you and listen, and I'll let the dishes sit in the sink. I'll tell you I love you over and over. For once I'll just let the phone ring, and I'll remind you of forever and how our love will never change. Because I have today. Because I have today.
This week, we are going to consider living as if we only have the next few hours. Imagine that. Imagine knowing that you don't have a lot of time. And there are many people who sometimes stand at the threshold of a new life people who maybe go to a new country, go somewhere to go and work, or make changes for whatever reason. And then there are those who are dealing with illnesses that counts down the hours for them. There are all kinds of situations which could leave us in a place of vulnerability, which could leave us in a place of regret if we do not take care of every moment. Just imagine that. Think for a moment, if you were to look around you at the people who are in your life. It could be somebody at work. It could be a friend. It could be a colleague. That you know you're looking at them now and they're going to walk out of your life for whatever reason, or you are going to walk out of theirs and not see them again. And then there are the people that we truly love, the people that we care about, the people whom we should tell how much we love them. I have a habit, and I am hesitant to call it a habit, because habits are normally things that we do on a regular basis, and more often than not, without thinking. I have made a decision that I will never do that. That when I say to somebody, I love you, I sincerely mean it. It doesn't matter if I say those words to my son or my husband every single day, if I say it to them every time I speak to them on the phone, or every time I say goodbye to them. It doesn't matter, because what matters to me is that they must know that I truly love them. It is also imperative for me to spend as much special time with the people I care for. I grew up in a home where my mother had a belief that dishes are never left in a wash basin. Never. It's just not something you do. I, on the other hand, have no problem if I'm spending time with visitors to put my dishes in the kitchen and leave them there till tomorrow morning, or maybe till later tonight when my guests have left. I've told you before, it was a belief of mine always, and it still is. Today I cherish, tomorrow I dust. Because the people in my life are important. The time spent listening to somebody who sometimes needs an ear. The time spent sitting with somebody who just needs you to be there. Quietly listening, quietly sharing. And then I don't even want to mention the wonderful times that we can share with people in laughter, in joy. Walking by a fish pond and spontaneously taking the time to take off our shoes and walk through the water. Or standing and taking the time to look at a flower. The colors, the textures, the shape of the leaves. To sometimes just sit in the veld and feel the sun on your bare shoulders or on your face. Sometimes just to listen to the sound of laughter, of children playing in a park or in your garden. I have to confess, earlier today, before I recorded this, I was listening to music that I wanted to use for today. And I'm afraid I lost track of time. So I spent my afternoon with Tom Jones and Mario Lanza. And what a joy it was. How gentle and how warm and thoroughly entertained I was. I dreamt of places I'd been. I dreamt of memories I made listening to some of this music. There are so many things that happen in our lives. There are so many things that we need to savor, but we don't. We don't, and we run all the time, thinking, oh, there will be a tomorrow. I can do that tomorrow. Or wanting to get something special and thinking, no, I'll get it tomorrow. Not to worry. Or maybe wanting to tell someone that they matter in your life. Tell them that they've touched your life in some way or another. Thanking them for something that they did that you value. I'll do that tomorrow. What if tomorrow never comes? What if tomorrow brings its own fears and its own darkness? Fears and darkness that sometimes can swallow up your life, can swallow up your tomorrows, can swallow up your maybes. We have been gifted with time. We have been gifted with opportunities. And I know that the God of my life notices every one of my heartbeats, every one of my thoughts, knows my dreams, knows my desires, and knows my fears. Do I? Do I pay attention to the minutes in my life? Do I pay attention to the big moments and the small? Do I realize how much I love someone? Do I realize how precious the children in our lives are? And not just your own. Bending down and looking into a child's eyes and hearing them speak, or sharing a moment, a bit of wonder with them, has the potential to change our lives. Don't throw today away, because it may never come. Don't leave what you want to say not spoken, because you may not get the chance to do so again. Be aware of how you spend every moment, to enjoy it, to treasure it. Treasure all your special moments. Treasure the special people in your life. And above all, treasure your life, your moments, your being. Our affirmation for today is all that I give is multiplied and returned to me tenfold. All that I give to myself, as I treasure every moment of my God-given life. Our prayer for today is as follows. Beloved Father, Mother God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the blessings of the people whom we know, whom we share this world with, and above all the people that we love. Thank you for allowing us to enjoy the beauty, the magnificence of your creation. Thank you for filling our lives with love, with friendship, and with moments filled with bliss in this, the gift of your creation. Amen.
It seems like I've watched a million sunsets and stared at 1,000 full moons. Sometimes it feels like I've been here forever, and sometimes it all feels brand new. I could never count the heartbeats from the day I was born until now, but not a single one goes unnoticed by him who breathes life in me somehow. But if there